The fact that men will stand by and watch a woman get assaulted on a New York City subway and not do anything is outrageous and is so telling of the times that we currently live in. This has been happening, and I just heard a story from a girl on here yesterday talking about a terrifying experience that she had on a New York City subway. Where are the strong masculine men that have an innate desire to protect women and children? Our government has obviously failed us in New York City in terms of crime, and I fear it will only get worse with this upcoming mayor election. I take the subway all the time because I have to. Because it's the easiest, most affordable form of transportation. My siblings have seen and encountered horrifying levels of violence on both the subway and on the streets of New York. I'm scared. I'm genuinely scared.
You have had the frontal lobe of your brain removed and replaced with bubble wrap.
Alright, so what exactly do you expect us to do? Men have tried protecting women on the subway, only for us to get relentlessly punished for doing it. One man tried to protect a woman getting attacked and he produced a firearm, only for her to turn around and condemn him for not protecting her in the right way. Men have far too much to lose when it comes to being good Samaritans, and that was a precedent set by modern women who have told average, everyday men that we're far too dangerous and that you feel safer with rabid grizzly bears. So either we do something about it and we condemn for not doing it the right way, or you shame us for not protecting you either way. So we're damned if we do and we're damned if we don't. We're not about to resort to vigilante justice, especially when we have a system that's designed to protect the criminals while also doling out stiff punishments for the men whose only crime was stepping up to make you feel safe. It's a system that you and your kind voted for time and time again, by the way. So sorry, sister, the days of men protecting women are long over.
You blew it. Capiche?
This is all gonna come off really arrogant and conceited, and I don't care. I love traveling alone more than with anyone else. I love my friends and family so much, but oh my god, this hotel room is all mine right now. This bed, this is my snacking bed. This bed is my sleeping bed, and I get to have both of them because I'm alone. I also get to go places on my time and not worry about other people being late. I get to pick the restaurants that I want to eat at and not have to corral 7 people and 7 opinions. And if we get there and the wait is too long, having to adjust and pivot and pick a new restaurant with 7 opinions. It's just me. It's so nice and stress-free, and I get to do whatever I want whenever I want, and I love traveling alone, and I don't care if that sounds selfish. It's how I feel.
Congratulations! Alright, well, whoop-de-doo, lady. What do you want, a friggin' medal? You love to book double rooms and use one bed as a dinner table and use the other for sleeping. Modern women love this idea of traveling around and seeing the world, and if you don't want to share that with anybody, then that's your friggin' business. But if you're gonna go that route, then you're not allowed to say how we make you feel unsafe for the horrendous crime of existing. Now, I will admit you are kinda right. Traveling with other people can be a pain in the ass, but I really don't think that warrants a video of you talking about it, especially when the look on your face tells us all that you're trying to convince yourself how great it is more than you're trying to convince other people, which would make sense. You're clearly over the age of 30 and you're still alone, and it almost looks like you're begging yourself to accept how awesome it is more than you're trying to convince us. And I'm sure when you're old and haggard, you're going to be looking back while sitting in your empty hotel room and telling yourself that it was totally worth it. And when that day happens, rest assured, sister, we don't give a crap now, and we're most certainly not going to give a crap in the future.
Nobody cares what you think.
If you're a girl and you want to know if a guy has a crush on you, then this video is for you. I've asked all of my guy friends, what are specific things that you will do when you like a girl? And they delivered. So these are all guy approved things that a guy will do when they're down bad for a girl. Number 1, he will always do the sidewalk rule. If you guys are walking on a sidewalk together, he will always walk on the outside of the sidewalk. It is the most gentlemanly thing to do. Number 2, this kind of goes along with the first one, but he will match your pace when walking with you. Guys naturally walk faster than girls, but when a guy really cares about a girl and respects her, he is going to walk at the same pace as her. Number 3, if a guy really likes you, he will kind of be awkward around you at first. Naturally, guys are just not awkward people, so if he gets nervous around you, this is such a good sign that he actually cares and likes you. And last but certainly not least, when a guy likes you, he will try his hardest to do like little favors for you. When a guy is down bad for a girl, he wants to do everything for her and just make her life easier.
Ooh, yeah. I'm gonna have to go ahead and sort of disagree with you there.
Hey lady, you do realize that you asked every single dude in your friend zone and they were dropping massive hints that they had a crush on you, right? And instead of maybe taking that to heart, you're just gonna go online and act as if men operate on a hive mind, as if we all act the same way when it comes to how we act around women. But it doesn't work that way, lady. Besides, you're a modern woman, which means that everything you listed doesn't even matter. Let's say you have a guy who does have a crush on you. He's doing the sidewalk thing, he's matching your pace, and he's doing all of those sweet little favors for you. If he's not Chad, then none of it counts. Everything that dude does will be part of the dreaded bare minimum, and it'll only count if he's doing all of those things while also being Chad. That's why you're going online and telling the women folk that you confirm this with dudes who inexplicably have crushes on you and immediately applying it to the dudes who want nothing to do with you, which just proves that not only are you ignorant of the feelings of the people around you, you're also so desperate that you're looking for practically anything to confirm that Chad has a crush on you, which would be funny if it wasn't so blatantly pathetic.
Man, you are one pathetic loser. No offense.
I love when people feel and know into their bones that they are destined for an incredible life. I think that when you have this mentality of like, oh, I guess this is what it is, that you end up settling into all of your circumstances, jobs that you don't like, relationships that you don't like. The people that have a core foundational belief that they are meant for great things will end up doing great things because they see no other way to it. They see no way around it. And that knowing, that wanting of always striving for more is what ends up getting you to that place at the end of the day. I have never in my life foreseen myself living an ordinary life. I think that if people from high school, for example, were to see my content, see how much I'm traveling, the life that I'm living, I think that anyone that knew me then would be like, yeah, that makes sense for her. That makes a lot of sense for her. I never saw a life for myself in which I felt bored. And when you refuse to settle into circumstances, the universe has nothing to do except for meet you where your expectations are.
The universe. What a concept.
Oh, sure, those folks from high school, yeah, they are definitely looking back and thinking about how you were destined for greatness. What with your TikTok following and, whatever the hell else it is you're doing with your life, there is no way that those folks are too busy living their own lives and doing their own thing. Nope, they are thinking about some random chick they knew 20 years ago, and they can't wait to get to their high school reunion to talk about you and your greatness. After all, the universe is this all-powerful entity that can give you everything you could ever possibly want, and apparently what you want is for those people you haven't seen in decades to think about you constantly. Seriously, woman, you'd think with all of this stuff that you're doing, you couldn't care less about what other people think of you, but nope, you're lying in your bed and bragging about a life that nobody gives a damn about. But let's go ahead and say that you are destined for greatness. Greatness in terms of what exactly? I mean, sister, let's just be real for a second. You're making content on TikTok. You're not exactly curing cancer here. But hey, if that's what you need to get through the day, then more power to you. I'm sure that'll show all of those pesky naysayers you knew back in high school. So take that, people.
Wish I could stay, but I got a thing. Bye.
There's a laundry list of reasons why I do not plan on procreating, but a huge factor in that is that being trapped is my worst nightmare. My dad tells me this story of a time he was working in corporate sales. He was the sole provider for our family while my mom stayed home. You could actually do that in the 90s. And a VP said to my dad that you want to hire the guy with the wife and kids and the house because that guy is not going anywhere. I see so many people in life, in my current job, on Reddit, all complaining about their circumstances, but how they can't do anything about it because they have kids and mouths to feed. And that, in essence, is why I will not be having kids. I live in a very modest 2-bedroom apartment. I don't have a house. I don't have a dog. I keep my expenses low so that my options are greater. I'm sure some angry Karen mom would be like, my kids are a blessing. You're selfish. Call me selfish. I just said I have a fear of being trapped. It's my opinion.
Whoa. Well, yeah, back in the day, corporate salespeople wanted to keep their dedicated sellers because, well, corporations love money. And if that's your motivating factor to not want to breed, then fine, don't friggin' breed. But it's kind of weird that you look at children you don't even have and think of how it's somehow going to trap you. But woman, you're trapped right now. You're working a job and making an income that you can barely live on in an economy that's dead set on destroying you financially. And it's kind of weird how we have this entire generation of mothers who quite literally blame their children for weighing weighing them down and preventing them from living lives that they want to live. And when you multiply that by the millions of heavily medicated and listless modern women who think missing out on a first-class trip to Italy is a reason to hate their own children, then you're looking at a massive generation of youth who are growing up in a loveless home with mothers who never respected them and fathers whose balls were so broken that they had to do everything they could to keep the peace instead of helping their children to grow into well-rounded adults. So I guess you already know this before having children, so I guess that's something.
Woo! Hey!
This is for that one girl who woke up on her birthday to absolutely nothing, not even a balloon or a sticky note saying happy birthday from her husband, and then continued to make frozen food for her breakfast and put up one single decoration by herself to try and get him to remember, and he still did absolutely nothing. You deserve so much more than that, and I'm gonna show you. My fiance leaves at 4:30 every single morning, and he still took the time to do this. It's not my birthday, and he set up my entire coffee station. He left a sticky note that says, "Love you, baby, have an amazing day." And I work from home, and he knows how much I hate this living room being a mess. He not only cleaned the entire thing, put away bruised toys, he wrote a heart in our little blanket over here. And I cooked us dinner last night, and the entire sink was full of dishes, and he washed them last night when I went to bed, and I didn't even notice. The point is, it's not even my birthday, and my fiance still went out of his way to do that to show me love and appreciation, let alone on my birthday. On your birthday, you should wake up to balloons or sticky notes or even just breakfast in bed. It doesn't have to be anything that costs money, just actions. There was 0 actions on his end, and that is not okay, and you deserve so much better.
Wow, that's amazing.
Well, that seems like an incredibly specific list of women whose husbands are bastards. I mean, I have personally no idea where this notion that husbands don't do anything for their wives on their birthdays, Christmases, or Arbor Days even comes from. It's like we have this massive army of men who have nothing better to do with their time but trap modern women in loveless marriages where they're forced to do everything, and the husband, who's somehow incompetently oafish, is also so domineering that he can force these strong and independent wives to do the very things that they don't want to do. Those husbands only really exist in romantic dramas on the Hallmark Channel. So lady, I think for all of our sakes, you should just admit that you got a simp husband who does all these nice things for you. You gotta brag about all these things he does for you to the entire planet and act like you've somehow won at life. But this just begs the question, sweetheart. With all of this bragging and rubbing other people's noses in the proverbial dookie, we gotta ask, how are you showing your appreciation for this guy? He's doing all of these things for you, and all you can do is brag about how it makes you feel instead of doing your part to make the marriage work. So my suggestion, maybe quit with the showing off and maybe show your husband a little gratitude. But we all know that's never gonna happen. You actually have to have a thankful bone in your body to make that pipe dream a reality. Special thanks to all of the fine members of the Bounty Board over on Patreon. Don't ask me how I know this, but they're the types of folks who will always have a clean towel for you when you need one, and if that doesn't show how great these folks are, then I don't know what the hell does. All hail! And if you're interested in supporting the channel, check out the Bounty Board over on Patreon, where I have almost 100 videos of exclusive content you're not going to find on YouTube. Links in the pinned comment down below if you want to check it out. And that's going to do it for today's video, gentlemen and gents. And as always, if you find that my particular brand of comedy is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you scroll on down and click that like and subscribe button, ring the notification bell, leave a couple of comments, and be sure to share this video so we can give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. Thank you once again for checking out the new video, gentlemen and gents, and until next time, peace out, homies.